There's a new baby in the house. He's downstairs. There he is. This baby is Type 55 Polaroid. This stuff is sick. You get both a negative, so film, and also an instant print. However, I have to make the decision of whether I want the positive to be the exposure or the negative to be the exposure because they're rated at different ISOs. I honestly don't know which one I'm gonna choose or how I'm gonna do it, but I plan on taking a test shot here of Keenan, so. I think the secrets of my studio are falling apart here. This little camera, oh, so sexy and small. Produces very small photos. Very nice. Then you have an Instax, a Fuji Instax wide, or Fuji Instax, not wide. Now you have what most likely feels like a dried up packet of Type 55. Wow. So the idea here is, I'm gonna put that into this bad boy. And then that bad boy is gonna slide into here, right back here. I already have some shots of me doing that, and you can see that this rotating back part gets like, I don't know, kind of pulled in a funny way from the camera body, I guess you'd call it or whatever. And so I've reached out to Intrepid to ask them if it's chill to do that or if it's a bad idea. So once I've taken the shot with Keenan, I've got 3 shots in mind. Oh man, just looking at that. Sorry, it makes me a little excited just seeing like the first is Balance Rock Motel in the town of Helper. And then the second shot I want to do is 2 trains. And then the third shot is also just outside of Helper. And that shot would be of what's called Castle Gate. All right, it actually worked. Wow, good news. The photos worked and they're sick. Look at the texture of that negative. But I'm not gonna lie, if I'd exposed for the positive, I think I'll take that over the negative. That's got some character. Yeah. I was intending to explain how you process the negative after you've shot the shot in this clip, but apparently I suck at doing this stuff in the field, so I'm gonna do it as a voiceover, baby. So once I've taken the shot, I take the film holder out of the camera back, and then I slide a lever over to P. And then I pull the film in a swift, hard movement out of the film holder. That'll break this pod inside the Polaroid, and it'll spread the chemicals all over the positive and the negative. After 25 seconds of it developing, I'll take these 2 tabs right here and separate them. On one side is gonna be the positive, the other side is gonna be the negative. You immediately throw the negative into a sodium sulfite. It stays in there for a minute under constant agitation. Then you throw it into a fixer and hardener. After the fixer and hardener, you throw it into rinsing water for 5 minutes or so. Then you go straight to PhotoFlow, which is a wetting agent and gets rid of the water drops, and then a quick dip in distilled water, and then you hang it up. We're here, along a busy ass highway. Trains are right over that way. Sign is that way. And I think I found a composition that kind of works. It's kind of like not exactly how I'd pictured it in my head. You know, I'd kind of only sussed on Google Maps. Looks like I'd need a 150 millimeter lens, but I only have a 90 and a 210. So what you gonna do? It's probably like just freezing. And the chemicals are supposed to be at 65 to 75 degrees. So they're in the van with the heater on. Honestly, I can't tell how much I do or do not like this composition. Can't tell how hard it's gonna be to block the sun. It's just not the original shot that I was hoping for in a way. Jeez, it's like stressful being in this loud of an environment. Because red filters specifically darken blues, I'm just metering through my red filter so I can see exactly where it's gonna affect and how it's gonna affect each part of the image.
11, the third.
This is actually something that you can only really do with a spot meter and wouldn't work with an incident meter.
Okay, which side towards the lens? Lens is closed. How's that? Yeah, it is. Gonna have to shield the lens. I'm waiting to have less cars so I can hear the click. There's literally like 5,000 cars. How is this possible? It's like a joke.
Once you've inserted the Polaroid film all the way into the film holder, it makes a little clicking sound.
I think it clicked. Pull the dark slide. Whew. Okay. Took the shot. I feel like I must have messed something up. Just doesn't seem like it should be able to like not be messed up. All right, we got some concerns. The salt here is not fully diluted.
It's nerve-wracking.
Okay, swift, hard, pull.
1, 2, 30.
Okay. Oh my God, it almost came out perfect. You know what I forgot today is gloves. I think I just damaged the f***ing print. Or the negative. Yeah, I damaged the negative somehow. Man, I don't know. I'm not sure. Hey. There's a bunch of chemicals on here. I probably don't want to touch this. Dude, it's so hard for me to figure out when I'm looking at the monitor. Like, I don't know, do I like that? That's part of shooting Polaroid, right? But it's just like the subject itself, it's just maybe too affected? I don't know. It's kind of sick though.
Okay, obviously it's not just a problem with the developer spread on the positive. This photo is just not a good composition.
Doesn't quite like carry the level of like large format tilt that I want because I put that at the very top, not so low. And so now I'm like, Hey. Okay. Whew. Done. Let's go outside again. Take another photo. Okay, it's on P. Swift pull. Oh, that's much more of what I was envisioning. Woohoo!
Oh, that is more like it. I love it. I love the little brush marks. I love the little scratches, the little like, almost looks like melting ice on the edges. I love it. Man, I made the right decision to expose for the positive. So there's two key differences in this photo. First, I added an extra stop of light. And second, I switched over to my 90mm lens because I did not like that compressed look.
Whew. All right, so now I'm in downtown helper. So I didn't bring the camera with me on the last part, but essentially I got kicked out. I was trying to take those train shots and then, Yeah, I saw them giving me eyes, and then I went try to go to a different spot to see if like I could find access, and then I saw him giving me eyes at that spot, like the conductor was inside the train, and he was just giving me like this stare, like, and I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. So then I just bounced, obviously, because why would you stick around? No, actually that's not the truth. I did stick around because I still have Dominican blood in me. And I thought, well, this is only a rule. And then I thought, well, yeah, I'm filming this. So if I'm trespassing, it's probably not going to be the best idea. It's not exactly what I was thinking. So anyways, now I'm kind of onto a new idea because the previous one wasn't working out, obviously. And this town is cool. It's got a lot of cool stuff. It's a very artistic town. But I'm not so good at like improvising on the spot, I don't think.
Nope, I suck at it.
Well, print didn't turn out. Obviously it's hard to tell from this angle what it looks like, but I don't know.
Oh, I know. I feel like this photo just doesn't fit with what I was envisioning.
I think I just got too fixated on getting balanced rock up there in the background. I mean, it's absolutely massive, that thing. But I'm thinking about cutting the top off, so like right there. Maybe it'll feel like it goes on forever in your imagination, I don't know. Nice and quiet. All right. We're at the noisy Castle Gate with a really noisy train going by. Lens is closed. Shutter's cocked. F11, 15th of a second. Shit, I'm stressing. Okay. Shutter is cocked. Pull the dark side. Expose the shot. Okay, pull it to P. I literally have to say this every time out loud to myself. Pull it to P.
Okay, I didn't pull it to P.
Get this ready. Thing is, what you're supposed to do is in subdued light, you're supposed to put it straight into there. And I haven't been able to do that because every time I'm fumbling the negative. So, let's see if I can not fumble the negative this time. That one, that's the fixer. Okay, it's on P.
It is still not on P.
I'm trying to do this where the camera can see me. Okay. I'll set the positive on the fridge.
Can you see me deteriorating into a pile of doo-doo? Can you tell my brain is losing it?
No, I'll set the... Okay. Oh no. Oh no! I just exposed the dark side. I left it on L, not on P. Okay, let's go try it again. Go back. I don't know, I'm just feel like my brain is losing it right now. Okay, put it to P. I think I got about till 2 p.m. then my brain just goes. It's just white. Okay, I'm gonna go try and get another one. It's almost cool. Should I take another one? We're pulling some audibles here.
Hi. My team and I, we think that is maybe enough of seeing me just descend into madness. Descend into madness. For whatever reason, I was just firing Type 55 shots like it's digital, or like I could just go to Smith's, grab some Type 55. And each time, I would just go fire the same shot pretty much. I don't know why I did this. And not really change the framing. I kept meaning to add swing so it'd like shallow up the depth of the field. Never did that. And then at one point I look down and I see that my meter is set to ISO 100 instead of 25. And somehow my shots were still bright. Huh? So, I don't know. After 2 p.m. with a newborn, I think I just need a nap and then all is well. But maybe even a bigger issue than that was understanding the way that the red filter was affecting that particular film. So as an example, orthochromatic film doesn't see red. So if you expose it under a red light, it wouldn't damage the film. And so then reds will render darker with that film. This film I'm not familiar with, and I don't think anyone really has any conclusive information out there on it. And so I have no idea how much that red filter affects the film and or how each different color gets affected by that film with the red filter. I've had pretty predictable results in the past using like T-Max or HP5 Plus and a red filter, knowing exactly where the highlights and the shadows would fall in, the spectrum, like what zone they'd fall into. With this film, it was a little bit harder for me to tell, and especially when I'm out in the field, I'm just not good at like thinking on the fly and just like, just knowing right then and there. I kind of need to go back, separate myself from the scenario and start to think about it. But my team and I, we think that perhaps it seems like the blues were darkening 2+ stops. And then the yellows were either staying exactly the same or they were going up a stop in brightness. And so basically it was just increasing the contrast a lot, so much so that the positives were having a hard time getting a good print. And that is because the positive uses the remainder silver halide from the negative to create the positive. I don't want to go into full depth of what that means here because honestly, not even I have a full grasp on that.
Hi, I'm trying to sit very tall. I have something to tell you. That's actually why I'm recording right now. To tell you this thing that I need to tell you. And that thing is, I'm back. I'm back, baby. To film that sign. I'm a goofball. What can I say? I think it's in focus. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I exposed a shot. Hi again. So I decided I guess I don't like that composition. I just couldn't get, like with my lens set up, I just couldn't get the right composition for it. And so anyways, I decided to think about it for a little bit instead of wasting another shot. It's like I meter it at ISO 100 with a red filter, which in theory is 4 stops underexposed. Turns out great. I meter at ISO 12, the red filter, so supposedly the right amount. Turns out 2 stops underexposed. Ideally, I get the line straight in this one. And I guess ideally I don't mess with the metering, but that's like a separate thing. Turned out white, but I wish the wheels were even on both sides. We'll see if I can get a better one. All right, let's show this thing off. It's like, that should just be like centered a little bit better. Okay, so it comes with this packet of rollers. Okay, so you take this stuff, it's like this weird like sponge thing with like a piece of plastic on the back. And according to the instructions, you're supposed to do 6 to 8 swipes. Basically, this is a wet sponge. It has something in it, I don't know what, but it coats the positives and prevents them from fading. Hi, I've changed my religion. Do I look sexy? Do I look like I could travel the Sahara on a camel? No, the reality is I'm at Castle Gate. Why? When I've already taken 4 shots? Well, that's a good question. Hopefully we get it this time, huh? That's the composition. That's what it looks like under the ground or under the dark cloth. I'm confused by the metering because I just metered for the trains at F8 15th of a second. This is saying I should be 1 stop brighter than that right now. I'm just gonna go a stop darker. I don't know why. If I have to take another shot, I guess, then Okay, so be it.
Well,
I think just for the sake of all my friends and any potential viewers, I'm gonna put a hat on so you don't have to see what that looks like. So as you saw, I basically metered it and then just dropped a stop of light because I didn't trust what I was metering. I don't know if I'm dealing with metering issues. That meter is new to me. Maybe it's crazy. Or maybe it's me. Most likely it's me. There's like developer issue or light leak in that area and overexposure. I'm back. Oh my God, could you fumble the print anymore? Did the exact same thing. Ah, bummer. See that goop? That's probably the developer, I'm guessing. I think that's the developer, and that's the stuff you get off the film pretty quick, because I think the first time I wasn't getting that stuff off and it damaged the film actually last trip. Oh! Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad indeed. All right, well I finally got what I was looking for. And that was the lines right here that no one else will ever notice. Those telephone pole lines. For some reason, I was obsessed with those two lines being lit up by the sun and having a black background. And I got it. And now, I don't know if it was worth all that freaking work. But let's do something fun here. Let's just throw up all the photos. Never mind that missing negative. Let's not worry about that. And let's see, if you were given a box of 20 shots of a film you'll probably never acquire again, would you waste this many on this composition? Or am I just crazy? Ugh. Try and do this without hitting my negatives that are hanging up right there. Well, not every shot turned out how I wanted it to, but I was pretty sick. That shit is fun to shoot. Man, I just wish you could acquire it. I think I would only shoot that if it was the same price it used to be, you know? And if you could still acquire it. But even though it wasn't, you know, wasn't exactly how I hoped it would turn out, like, not totally sure I'm fully content with two of the compositions. Me siento curado, as they say in the Dominican. And that's all that matters, really, because that's the goal. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching. Those of you that did, I know some of you guys didn't freaking watch this, and I'm making this for you. So anyways, sayonara.